Welcome back to Hardspace Shipbreaker with your host Alex, also known as Solinus Dracone. Because I just enjoy having heart attacks and heartaches, let's go with a career mode on this one. The next ship is a Javelin heavy cargo, the O'Hara in this case. Let's just see if there's any unknowns. Nope. So we're just going with the straight up career mode ship. So let's just see how much more fun this is going to be. Okay, so Javelins are an order of magnitude different from the ships you've been working on thus far. Number one, they're chonky. And I like to actually start by taking off some of the outside stuff, at least the large antennae. And that's a cut point grade 3, you can only bust through it with the demo charge. Get that out of there. Get that off of there. Excellent. Kill any tethers, and let's make the inside safe. So these can, especially in career mode, these can be a bit different, a bit more difficult. But I've been toying around with ways to deal with airlocks, and let's see if my kung fu holds up. Alright, so always, you want to first go for atmosphere regulator if it's an option.
Air pressure level decreasing.
I also like to just get the wires and such. Okay, so that opens up this area. As usual, it's fairly safe to open a door.
Airlock depressurizing.
Now, I don't hold any illusions of a guarantee that there's going to be a working atmosphere regulator in this section, but we'll see. Okay, so usually it's right here, and hey, look at that, it works.
Air pressure level decreasing.
Excellent. Now, since I'm in here, and let's just go ahead and open up the airlock.
Depressurizing.
It's always best to have your doors open, every single door open. On the Javelins, the cockpit cut points are the inside. And it'll drift out on its own if you want to give it a little push while flying into it. That will help move it along. So let's just get this out of harm's way and send it into the furnace. And here we can just, go to town, empty out the cockpit. Always check in the under compartment of the cockpit, just to see if there's anything worth grabbing. I hope you'll be alright over there. Let me just kill the tether. Let's just go ahead and empty out this cockpit.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
It's just taking stuff off the outside. That's how I like to do it anyways. There's not any real scientific reason to do it that way, but I like it. Okay, I'll grab a poster, and let's just cut this bad boy loose. Now, if this were a tanker, I would not be advising doing it this way, but since this is just heavy cargo, we're fine. Just get that canopy in there. Yeah, they'll both be fine. They're both going in. Okay, next.
Raw material processed. Credits deposited.
Work your way through the rest of the ship.
Airlock pressurizing.
Okay, so let's look around in here for an atmosphere regulator. I hear something buzzing. I don't suppose that's going to be the atmosphere regulator, though. I wouldn't be that lucky. Nope, it's over here, and I'm glad I found it.
Air pressure level decreasing.
Okay, good.
Airlock depressurizing.
Excellent. So this section of the ship is secure. Whenever you see a ladder, you know it's leading up into something. So let's open the door console and, okay. No pressure on the outside, that's good. How about this one? Yep, bit of air pressure. It's generally quite safe to open up doors to release air pressure.
Airlock depressurizing.
Alright, so this part of the ship is safe. Now the next part, since this is the heavy cargo, is you'll want to flush the fuel valve. Otherwise, if you touch any of these with flame, you're going to have a bad time. Next up, time to make the back section safe. Now, I could start cutting these off now, but that would be a mistake. You have to use demo charges, and there's something explosive inside, so I'm not touching those until I've gotten the explosiveness away. So, open ye up.
Airlock depressurizing.
Okay, here we go. Plenty of standard airlocks on this one.
Airlock pressurizing.
You're not going to find the room airlocks in general on the Javelins. Okay, so, yeah, things are weird in here. But this is our first introduction to the Class 2 reactor. And that's a little bit different to take apart. Much like the Mackerel, it has a standard engine. Only the Atlases have those specialized ones. But there's an order to taking this thing out safely. Number 1 is detaching the thruster. Number 2 is taking all the coolant out of this spot right here. But that would be a bad idea to do right now, because we don't have any way to get that out. So, let's go ahead and we find ourselves an atmosphere regulator in here.
Air pressure level decreasing.
And if I open this up, the airlock itself is going to depressurize.
Airlock depressurizing.
But it's not going to let that out, so let's try the Kung Fu. We're inside, so we should be relatively safe. Blow out a door. Okay. So, you know, we destroyed a door, which was only about, what, 1,000-ish credits? But we've depressurized the whole area. So I call that a win. Alright, so, now that we got that taken care of, let's go ahead and get this cockpit taken care of. And one thing that it's just a good idea to do before you start trying to get all crazy is let's just take this airlock console off of here, in this sky bridge or air bridge or whatever you want to call it. Alright, so just as before, evacuate the kook poot. And you definitely are going in there. Excellent. Okay. Take out all the fillings. All the creamy bits. All the nougat.
Salvage deposit secured.
Okay, that there is a door that can go in there. So I guess that's one thing you can do about doors is, you know, cut one loose. Cut one loose and you get the other one. But yeah, essentially if the venting is done through a door, it is perfectly safe. So long as it's not a door that's open to the elements. Or maybe it is. You see what I did and you see what I'm doing. Now I'm just going to grab this out of here real quick. This goes into the furnace. Just because I don't want there to really be anything in the sky bridge to worry about. Okay, so it's not enough just to cut this part off. because it's still stuck to the sky bridge. And so this is one of those few instances where I will actually use the laser cutter in this fashion. Should be able to just zip through it, and yep, that frees up that. Excellent. Now, just so you know, if you want to check under the floorboards, you can actually pull this little hatch off inside of there, and that'll give you access to whatever's down there, but I still like to just do it from the outside. It's just much safer. Okay, that one's going away. Now, this side is going to be a little trickier, because it just under no circumstances will it cut completely through. So, you know, that's why I took out that door console, because it would be right about there if I was cutting it, and I would have lost the door console, and, you know, that would not have been nice. There are some lights on the inside there if you really want to go for it, and yeah, there's an atmosphere regulator hanging out in there too, so, you know, empty that out. And this one you just gotta kind of go around. Now, what I always like to do as well, this is something you can do, is place a demo charge on there as far back as you can. And as you can see, it pretty much covers the entire bottom and top of that thing. It goes halfway in. So if I had not already cut that part, then I would be fine. So I'll just do this here. Alright, and no danger. And this guy is free. So into the furnace he goes. Okay, next step is going to be extracting the reactor. So we start off by just taking off the thruster nozzle on the back, thruster cap.
Material accepted.
We're back to your basic B engine. That goes in there. And same as before, we pull out the thruster. This is just like on the mackerels, and it will remain like it has been on the mackerels. Again, only the Atlas ones are any different.
Salvage secured. Count credit applied.
Okay, now we take these guys off. Doesn't really necessarily matter where you place the charge on the cut point grade 3s. Just so long as, you know, no part of that field is cutting through important stuff. Okay, so that's loose, and pew, launch it.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Okay, now we gotta get this back part off in order to get that reactor out safely. So the way I like to handle it is, you know, I'll generally ignore the lights, and I'll do that here, is just go back as far as you can. Take the furthest back cut point you can manage here. I think this part is fine. And just cut these cut points all along the interior. And there's one down there. Be careful not to hit this tube. Don't hit this tube if the thruster's still attached, which it is not. Don't hit this tube while you've still got coolant. I got coolant. I ain't hitting the dang tube. I want to get that thing out as safely as possible. So, now that this part is completely loose, I'm going to just sort of lever it up. Okay, just pull it upright using the tethers. It will go. It'll be a little slow, so if you want to speed things up a bit, you can add further tethers. But we're on career mode right now, so every tether counts. And I just want to lever it up enough so that it's actually cleared this part right here, so that there's no impediment to it going into the processor and catching on the nuclear. Okay, that just looped on itself, didn't it? No, all three of them did. Okay, great. Now, the next step, before you go pulling the coolant, let's see if we can grab these. This is just for fun. Yeah, we got them.
Applying credit to
Alright, so the next step is that the reactor itself is surrounded by these little aluminum panels. So you want to take a few of those off. You don't want to take them all off, okay? And I'll tell you why in a minute.
Processing object.
I like to take about 3 of these off. Okay, so that leaves me straight up access to this. Now, you could just yank it at this point, but it will be less safe. And by less safe, I mean it's gonna be sparky and it's gonna hurt a bunch of other stuff around there. So let's just go ahead and do it the good old-fashioned way.
Airlock depressurizing.
Alright, now, you're supposed to be able to find a key to turn here, and that, you know, turns off the whole process, but honestly, it's just simple. You grab, and as soon as you take this last one off, meltdown sequence begins. But it's a controlled meltdown, so you got a little bit more time to work with. That's why I took those panels off in the beginning, is that lets us tug this out. Okay, and the further towards meltdown it gets, the more sparky it's going to get, and it's going to destroy crap. Okay, so the reason I didn't take off the rest of the panels is that attaches these two things to each other, okay? These two things are attached to each other by virtue of the panels, and I want to pull things out in as solid a piece as possible. So here we are now okay to cut the coolant pipe. There's usually a very thin little sliver of coolant pipe right there at the back. And we'll get a little bit of a ding, but it's only 746 credits, so it's no big deal. I'd just like to drag her out a little bit. Don't worry, she's not attached to anything. Yep. Okay, come on. Just a little bit further out. I want there to be a bit of distance, and then just 2 tethers will make that go quick, and they'll just fly on in there. Yeah. Just take your sweet time. It's fine. What are you caught on? Good lord.
Credit applied.
Okay, fine. As long as there's still at least one of those aluminum panels, that whole assembly will be one. So now, it's time to start disassembling the outer casing and work from the back. So, I'm gonna detach a this and a that one.
Transferring credits.
Okay, that detaches that lower panel. But wait, there's more. Next, we're going to detach the airlocks. And is there a joint up there? Yes, there is. Cut points everywhere. Okay, that cuts that loose. Start from the top on this one. Just because I like to. Not worried about the temperature yet. Okay, so that's all nice and good. There is no door console attached to that, so it can go straight in the processor. This can go straight into the barge. Wonderfully.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credit.
Here there is a door console. Yank it off. Send it away. And pew! Alright, so this whole section is loose right here.
Applying credit.
And just gonna get this as far away from that central bit as I can for the moment. Okay, I think that's good enough. Just don't want it to snag on anything. Yeah, we should be fine. Alright, so tether it on in there. Gonna want to lift this up just a little bit. This part could snag. And send it into that processor. And because this part is pretty well loose as well, processor. Heck, just one tether's fine there. Alright, now, the next step, I'm taking this apart from the back, is I want to get this ECU out. Now, to detach the ECU, you pretty much have to do this. Maybe the key helps, I don't know. I've never found the key in my life. Okay.
Salvage destroyed. Please refrain from damaging salvage.
Yeah.
Salvage goal achieved.
I got a thumbs up, that means it's fine. So, gonna start sacrificing a bit of aluminum here. Just to make my life a little bit easier. You're gonna find yourself doing this. I mean, if you're doing it right. Well, not even if you're doing it right. I mean, do it how you want to do it. This is just the way I like to do it. I find it the cleanest and safest way. Okay, big old chunky ECU boy comes on out.
Material deposited. Account credit
Get.
applied.
Alright, that's out. We can now safely extract the gubbins from inside this room.
Salvage deposit confirmed.
All the yummy bargeables bits. And any tethers that are active, I killed.
Secured. Account credit applied.
Next step, we want to detach this part. Now, you can do this, but it just destroys the whole thing. Then again, it is quicker. You don't have to hold. And the laser can't do diddly against anything that's made of nanocarbon. So this part now is free. No, this part. And there's nothing else on here. No more. Oh, door panel. Door console. Okay, that's free, so
Deposit registered.
furnace.
Account credited.
It'll make it. Oh no, sir. Not right now, thank you very much. Putting it on silent. I appreciate people checking in on me, but I's recording now. So, the next thing I want to do is extract this big old fuel thing, and you're thinking, go in and mine it up. No, I'm not putting explosives anywhere near a fuel tank like that. What I am going to do is sacrifice some more aluminum.
Material accepted.
Of course, pointing away. Pointing so that the laser won't hit the tank. Alright, so that takes these. Sometimes they stick together, sometimes they don't. But I just like to clear out any possible flotsam and jetsam. We're going to lose a little bit of material, but as you can see, it's just such a tiny, insignificant amount of the overall. Ow!
Helmet damage detected.
Okay.
Be sure to always budget for helmet repair costs.
Yep, and the little crazy music plays when you're injured. So now we can just very cleanly extract this backwards. And it wouldn't detach if we didn't flush the fuel line. Yeah, you thumped that helmet, sir. Okay, so now that that's free, and we're out of that nonsense, and we've flushed the fuel valves, everything is safe to continue along. So we're going to get these nacelles out. Cut all the cut points involved. Okay, this guy's clear. Get on down there, big boy.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
I'm a bit too popular at this time of day, it seems. Alright. Continue with these nacelles. The nascent nacelles.
Salvage accepted.
And I do see that I am starting to get a little bit low on the fuel there. Not to worry. I am not concerned about it. Because generally, by the time I run out of tethers is also when I've run out of fuel, so I'll just be doing it all at once. And I'm not really worried about getting further injured,
Applying credits.
so I don't need to go fix my suit or top up my health. Yet. But, you know, I'm in surplus, so maybe I shall. And away he goes. Okay. Now, to get this framing loose, we gotta place ourselves 4 demo charges.
Deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Switch the direction with the right mouse click. And just get a little bit of distance. We don't have to worry about doing these 4 because they're not attached to anything. Cool. Now, these things, this whole frame is held in place now by this whole fuel pipe assembly. And the fuel pipe assembly, you can go back here and, you know, cut the cut points and extract them one by one, but what can I say? I don't think aluminum matters. So cut these parts out. Because these are going to be what's blocking the fuel pipes from coming out. Alright, so now this whole situation has been detached from itself. So I'm going to employ the use of tethers just to start tugging the whole thing back a little bit. And that's of course going to tug the pipe assembly with it. They usually separate, but I just want to make sure that it's gotten clear of that little framework there. Now, right in. And it's a lucky day when this thing holds on well enough to be pulled completely in, but sometimes you got to give it a push. I'm comfy with that.
Processor deposit.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Credits awarded.
Okay. Yoink that part off. Now,
Salvage deposit registered.
this is a bit that I hate. But let's just start on the outside. Now let's get these cargo containers loose, and you can just literally just go along like this and just bam it down in there. On both sides, it don't matter. They will all tug down. At this point, the ship still has enough mass left to not be bothered by this.
Salvage registered. Transferring credits.
Tether supplies are low.
I know they're low.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
Okay. Everything on this side is taken care of. Good, good. And since we're in the neighborhood, let's just go ahead and top ourselves up.
Applying credit to account.
Suit patch, thruster fuel, med kit, tethers, and demo charges. There we go. All refreshed. Now, since the top door actually is closed. Alright, let's open it.
Airlock depressurizing.
That way we don't have to worry about blowing out a gasket.
Salvage secured.
Alright, y'all are down in there,
Applied.
killing the tethers. Okay, gonna continue along. Take all those stuff off the other side. Doesn't seem like quite as many.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Yeah. Get off of my ship. Alright, so now I'm going to check around for any armored panels. Sometimes there will be armored panels, but I don't see them. No armored panels. Okay. So we got a little bit of a situation on this side of the ship right now. The area beyond this spot is pressurized. And the thing is,
Secured.
that's this to this, okay? That's this space to this space right here. I don't know a good way to get in there and get that pressure out. I honestly don't. I don't know how I'm supposed to depressurize this space between. I mean, I can detach all this, but that's just going to leave me with another problem. So, just sort of as an experiment, I guess, I'm going to start disassembling from the front back now. I've gotten to the halfway point that I was comfortable with. So I'm going to start disassembling from front to back. And that involves, not up there, in here. Okay. Now, I like to take big chunks. So I'm going to get as much as I can, as far back as I can. I mean, I still like to go from back to front. You can tell that there's going to be a bit of time spent on this particular ship. The Atlases are big. They're big, they're beefy, they're chunky. They take time to disassemble. Sounds like roommates might be home, so if there is noise, sorry. Alright, that's loose, so I'm just going to worm this out a little bit. Thank you. Processor, no. Door console. Easy peasy. Get real greasy.
Salvage accepted. Credits
And up
applied.
you come! Hooray! I'm not going to try and fire it, I'll just tether it. There we go. You're not quite gonna make it in there, are you?
Valuable object processed. Credits
Oh.
awarded.
Pulled the door console off of it. Alright, it made it either way.
Deposit registered. Account credited.
Let's see, anything loose over here? No. Alright. So, alright, working from the front to back now. Let's go ahead and start disassemble. Any more cut points here? Want to try and get as much out as possible in one big chunk. And there's also attached up here at the top. So, technically, this should be free? Up. Yeah, I'm not seeing any reason why this should be stuck on anything. So, I'm just going to take these out. These little small aluminum structures. They're not worth much. Alright, let's see how much we can actually extract. All of this is free real estate. No, sir, you are not attached. Do not lie and say that you are. Yeah, it's moving. It's fine. I'll approach it more seriously in a moment. For right now, just want to get this bit loose. Looks like it'll go in there just fine. So let it go. Yeah, I know it's tossing a thing around. Alright, let me just give this some clearance. I think it'll be fine if we just double tether it into there. It'll go. And this whole piece is free floating. If you want to just play the game of grabbing the lights, go for it. Okay. Start disassembling this whole rigmarole. 2 separate airlocks have been separated. You gotta keep them separated. Hey, hey, don't pay no mind. You're under 18, you won't be doing any time. Hey, hey, come out and play. Anybody old enough to remember that song earns points. Guess what, folks? We're the old people now. That's right. It is just a pain. But it looks like it's been caught by the processor's gravity field, so it's fine. Let's get you down. And let's see how complicated the inside of this thing is. Probably going to be a couple things to tug loose. Yeah, okay. So, gonna do how I do and cut off the framing around this here. Just the corners. As I've said, it's nearly impossible to 100% any ship. You're gonna be losing something, so just choose what you want to sacrifice. Okay, now you're ready to go into the furnace, the Furnace. So we'll send you flying. Now you go to hell. And we got a nice open air to do what we need to do. Get all this nonsense out. Now, I'm usually very nervous about pulling these types of computers out, because the game does some bullcrap on occasion. And that bullcrap will literally be computers superimposed over the same space as other computers. It happens all the time, and it always results in a massive explosion. I hate it. So, I don't know if that's what's happening here, but I'm just going to take it very gingerly and very cautiously. Okay, looks like that's just a ring of terminals. Happens more often on the Gecko ships than anything else. I don't see it as much on the other models. But just beware, okay? Be wary. Just take it room by room. So that's how you manage to do a big difficult task. You break it up into bite-sized, manageable chunks. Okay, got everything on the inside.
Transferring credits.
Power cell on the outside. Light on the outside. Seem to be having a little bit of frame rate stutter.
Salvage deposit registered.
Okay.
Credited.
Rubik's Cube this bad boy. And, yeah, I think you're clear.
Salvage deposited.
Alright.
Applying credit.
Does not have much mass to it at all. So let's just pull it up and out of the way. And see if we can get it all the way into the furnace over there. Yep, looks like it'll make it. Okay. Good, good. Yay. Are you loose? Yeah, you're loose. That's what he said.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Alright. Yeah, that's not going to respond well, so I'm going to anchor this thing onto Mahab, which is going to swing it out just enough. See? Just enough so that I've got a nice, clean, straight shot at the processor. So kill him. It's going to be a little dicey still, but I think we'll manage it. In these cases, it's good to have a little bit of extra reinforcement to your tethers. They don't always hold up well at this stage. Keep moving. This is a silly place for a light. Okay, that has freed the airlock. I don't like where you're trying to nuzzle, my friend.
Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account. Object processed. Transferring credit.
Oh, boo-hoo, we lost a bit of a panel. Me. You are ill-behaved. Okay, that'll be fine. It's in the well. Alright, now comes a little bit more interesting of a spot here. We can begin to extract things. And first things first, I want to loosen up anything that's going to be up against this wall here. Alright. That includes you, storage bin. And these things are not right up against the wall, so I'm going to cut these little spots here. And right where that red arrow is pointing, there's that. Now, if I didn't detach those bins and everything first, this would not be coming out right now. Since it's part of the interior structure, it goes in the furnace to the fire. Whee! Let's just see if it tries to do some nonsense with the processor. I think we'll be fine. You okay over there, buddy? Oh my god. Get in! Just kill the dang tether. Alright, so now we can proceed to clear the throughway.
Material accepted. Credits transferred.
And I'm hoping that by the time I reach that pressurized area in back, that I'll have found some way to depressurize it more safely. Because as sure as the rain falls from the sky onto the ground, there's going to be some buggery happening, and I just want to minimize that buggery. This is a solid wall of stuff.
Salvage registered. Transferring credits.
But we can get it easily enough.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied. Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
Yeah. Look at the camera. Smile.
Salvage deposit.
I have a very natural smile, don't I?
Account credited.
It's all fairly boring stuff.
Salvage secured.
But this is a good spot to do this from. You don't have to worry as much about losing stuff. You don't have to maneuver too much out. It's just a bunch of junk.
Credits deposited.
Atlas, not Atlas, the Javelins are very, very good for making money. They seem to have the most salvage goals out of any ship, even the Geckos, at least from what I've observed. Okay.
Salvage is secured.
Hard crate.
Applying credit.
Away it goes. Storage bing.
Salvage accepted.
Oh yeah, those won't come off unless I detach the storage bins. Yeah, enough drama. Let's get these coolant pipes out of there. They get a lot of inertia, these coolant pipes. So don't be too don't be too rough with them. Be somewhat gentle. Let them drift out at that kind of a speed, where you can more easily avoid them.
Applying credits to account.
Ow.
Helmet damage detected.
And my grapple's damaged too. Oh well. Sometimes your tools get damaged. I really should have repaired before I started this episode, but no big deal. It'll still do the job I hired it for.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
I wish I could find out what those tracks that play when your helmet's busted are. They're not in the game files, they're not listed as part of the game soundtrack.
Deposit secured.
It's just disappointing.
Reported.
Okay, I think that's way far enough in to be messing around. So here's another thing to mess with. The power generator. Now, if you want to, just scratch my ear. If you want to, you can just yank this thing now. It's not going to be pretty. When you're dealing with the power generator, there are always 3 fuses. No more, no less. They're these little triple light blinking panels. Now, even the fuses are a bit dangerous to take out. Wait until the lights all go off. Okay. So that was safely removed. Now, when you take one out, or hell, just the more you take out, the faster the blinkage is on these other 3, or these other 2. See, look at that. Now this one's racing. Okay, but now, power generator is completely safe to extract. See, the lights are green. I'm going to leave it attached just because I don't want loose things flapping about. How am I going to detach this nonsense? Well, let's just go cut point crazy, I guess. Okay, apparently the majority of cut points are along the bottom. Apparently the entirety of cut points are along the bottom. Are you loose? Yeah, actually some of these things are loose. So it's going to be quite an interesting thing to see how we get them loose. This is a tight squeeze. Alright. Now what's being a pain in the buttocks is this thing right here. This thing is attached to all this nonsense, and I don't even know if it's possible to get this bit past it. But we'll give it a go. Okay. Ooh, it's... Oh my god, that's so satisfying. Oh my god. But it's not coming completely off. I have a feeling I know why. Doop, 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 doop. Why? What's holding you back, sir? I don't see any reason for you to be stuck. Oh, it's because of all this. Alright. Kill the tethers. There's only one way to deal with this, folks. There's only one way to completely and properly deal with this absolute nonsense. Burn this entire section off. you will go damn close to burning out your cutter,
Please avoid
but
damage.
it's really not much on top of everything else. So yeah, it couldn't move past because of all this stuff. So, alright.
Salvage
And how thick is this?
Applying credit to account.
Thick enough. Let's just swing it out. Swing it out like she swing that thing. Thing has been swaying. Okay. That'll make its way. Alright. Now we can get at the power generator. And give it a nice easy pull out and then a push down. And that's a big money item.
Salvage deposit registered. Account credited.
Okay. Now, this also is loose, but I'd rather try to make a meal of it. I'd rather, you know, proceed bit by bit, so I'm going to try and cut this portion out. Bit by bit.
Valuable object processed. Credit deposited.
And yes, you do actually have to destroy that thing because it's holding these two together. And now this is clear. So pull ye away. There is totally nothing attached. Yep, I see nothing attached. Let's get you on a straight line over to there. Come on. Good enough. I think a tether will pull that rather strongly. I'd rather go with 2. Just to keep it on course. Alright. Proceed as before. Now this bit right here, that's processor food. Actually, is there any full fuel tanks here? Yeah. Oh, save me a trip. Okay, let's get this guy out. Processor food, nanocarbon. Yum yum. And same as before. Swing it out.
Object accepted for processing. Credit deposited.
Let it come clear. Tethers killed. 1 on each corner. This is a big ship. I told you it's going to take a while. Okay, let's see. I got everything off of this little compartment that I wanted, so same juju applies. And I just want to see what kind of ridiculous nonsense we're left with at the end with that little pressurized section. Okay, have I gotten everything from this? The light. Grab this little bit there. Doesn't do anything for me now, but does give me some satisfaction.
Valuable object. Credit awarded. Salvage goal obtained. Additional rewards assigned.
Yep. And we just got one more salvage goal to go. Into the fires with you. Let the Emperor's fury burn the heathen out of your soul, or whatever. Okay, Mom. I'll get this bit into the processor, and when it's on its way, I will then bother with getting my tethers topped up. It's a shame you don't have any tether top-up items in this game that you can find inside the ships. They're super important. I mean, you would have a devil of a time taking things apart.
Thank you for your purchase. Thank you for your purchase. Have a nice day.
You are a little shit. If you get close enough, this thing is susceptible to ye old push. And that's just gonna drift in, so that's fine. I'm okay with that. Alright, let's begin emptying out this portion. We're getting stuff done, folks. Very little waste. I wasted less than you might think. I mean, sure, I'm wasting some aluminum, but come on, aluminum is bottom tier trash. Barely worth the tonnage. Just keep in mind, as the ship gets lighter, more tugging means more of the ship drifting around. Okay, let's grab this down. We'll send that into the furnace. Yeah, we're getting to that point, aren't we? Okay. So this section right here, I think, can safely come off. But no, it can't. Because it is between. So what do? Sizzle this. I'm wondering if this is even going to cut loose after this. No, it's still stuck to something in there. Yeah, this is the entire panel again. Okay. You know what? Screw it. Entire panel goes boom. Okay, now he comes out. Okay. I'm gonna tether this little guy. Just get him out of there. Good enough. Straight into the fires it goes. And let's see, that's not loose. Well, let's just continue clearing throughway. This is gonna go over an hour. I ain't gonna edit you out. No. Wrong way. Thank you.
Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
I have never actually paused and started to go front to back in that middle section, which refuses to depressurize. So I am genuinely curious to see if any options present themselves. Oh no, I destroyed a door. However, will I make up my quotas?
Valuable object posted. Credit.
Get that ladder out of the way. You're near done.
Applying credit. Salvage deposit secured.
Ow.
Awarded.
God. I don't mind a little bit of 1950s style or 30s or whatever time period this was most popular. I don't mind a little bit of swing jazz. It's a little Fallout vibe. But we we're nearing the end of this one. Boy, this is a long one, isn't it?
Salvage registered.
That's what happens with the big chunky ships. So as we have seen, being too hasty is causing us pain. Treebeard was right all along.
Credits deposited.
Don't be hasty. Wizard should know better. That's the end of my impressions forever. Okay, any more valuables?
Processing valuable object.
Any more good bits and pieces? Fuel pipe.
Salvage
And I believe there's one or two more storage bins. They like their storage on the Javelins.
Credit applied.
Ow, again! God, it don't take much, do it?
Avoid severe head trauma.
Salvage.
You know,
Applying credit to account.
sometimes you just gotta seek medical attention.
Welcome to Vendatron 9.
Suit patch, thirst to fuel, med kit, and tethers.
Tethers restored.
Okay, you're still attached. Okay. There's been... Oh, God. Okay, it's happened. Alright, so that went akimbo. No good options presented themselves, and now there's debris everywhere. Oh well. Unavoidable.
Processing object. Applying credits to account.
I mean, just do your best with what you have, but yeah, that last little chamber is a doozy. Well, at the very least, it's loosened some crap up. Pain in the butt. Alright, what's my structural at? Okay. Got some jokers up here. Honestly, I'd rather have these larger chunks of nanocarbon than all sorts of shards and slivers of aluminum all over the place. You're just... There's no good way out of that. I don't see a way to depressurize that section. Let me know in the comments if you know how to depressurize that section without this explosiveness nonsense. Okay, one more look around. Any more chunks? Any more bits? Nope. Alright. Since you're loose, you can go in there. And let's... No? Can't? See, this is one spot where I would have thought daisy chaining would have made a good difference, a good idea. It ain't helping shit. Yeah, you're going in. Let's
Valuable object.
let's connect onto that. You can honestly use any part of this place. Any part of the arena can be tethered onto. Any more shards? I don't believe you when you say there aren't more shards. Okay, so... I'm gonna be playing with you in a second, buddy. Alright. Well, I've met all salvage goals, so, you know, mission complete. Anything extra is just extra now. Okay, and there's no getting this apart easy, so... And no, believe me, I've tried. I've tried to vent through that. It just causes explosions. Believe me, I've tried. Guys, I've tried. Explosions happen. Things are gonna shatter. It's just not a good look. Yeah, these guys are still attached. Oh well. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Let's get some separation going here. So that was pointless. Hooray. Sometimes there's just no cleanly taken apart a Javelin. You can get close. You can get very close, but that last little chamber always borks you up.
Material accepted. Credits assigned.
Separate. But wait, there's more. Let's actually try to get this out. Pull out airlock. Send down to barge. Aha! Oh, hee ha ha.
Applying credit.
I saw you there, buddy. You thought you were tricky, but you're not. Hey, what are you possibly still connected to? Oh.
Processing value.
Alright, this should be loose now.
Credits transferred.
Alright, so you'll notice this part's aluminum. This part's processor. Is there a way to get thing loose? Perhapsably. The thing is... Alright, you need to sit still for a second. Okay, you need to just sit still, thank you. Okay. Possibly. Alright. Let me adjust my angle a bit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Okay, one up there. And one down here to perfectly line up. Let's just see what happens. And yeah, pretty clean. Cool. You know, we might have lost a wee bit of material. I've never bothered with that before, honestly.
Transferring credits.
Kind of fun. It's a bit of a puzzle to figure out. You can just go in there now. We're done with you, thanks. What are you? Your furnace. You go in furnace.
Material deposited. Account credit applied.
Okay.
Object processed. Credits awarded.
Ostensibly, only this left and this left. I'm absolutely certain. No, I'm not. One last check inside to make sure I've gotten everything of value.
Deposit registered. Account credited.
There is... see? That's why we check. That's why we check. And if not for completionism, why do we play the game?
Salvage secured.
I ask you.
Applying credit.
Alright. Time for you to go into the furnace. That's a heavy baby boy. Oh, hello. Let's see. Ooh.
Secured. Account credit
What
applied.
is you, sir? Storage bin. Hello. Never made it in?
Object processed. Transferring credits.
Bit of aluminum. Another check around here. I see no structure. Alright, lad, away you go. And I'd like you to get in there quickly, so time to waste some tethers. Is that gonna make it through? I don't know.
Raw material deposited. Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
Get in there. You belong to the fire. Any more? Okay, killing the tethers. God, you are a stubborn bastard, aren't you? Yep, too heavy. That ought to do it. Another look around for any bits and pieces. Yeah, this is going to be pretty. Killing the tethers, it's got it, it's got it.
Material accepted.
There. Let's watch that big old chunk of iron melt. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? Okay. Let's do one last check, okay? Our final look around. I do not see any... okay, there's that. If you focus on it with the scanner, then, you know, when you come out of scanner, you're more or less right on it. Let's take a look at the object search. Doesn't look like anything valuable with the vector graphics. I'm going to do a quick little barge level. Little barge level here. Yeah, it doesn't look like any objects have not gone down into the barge, so I'm sure it's going to say unaccounted for, some left behind. Actually, I know what this is. These are the caps from the fuses. That's honestly as close as I'm willing to get it right now. So let's just go ahead and get our things topped off here.
Welcome to Vintatron 1,000. Thank you for your purchase.
Hazards restored.
Buy about 4 of those repair kits, and let's check how we did. We're not going to get the same kind of score as we got in free mode. Okay, so remaining 0.2%, I have no idea where that was. We only destroyed 1.1%. That's good. 98.7% of that structure was taken care of. I think we did great, folks. Thanks for watching. I am Alex, also known as Solonus Dracone, and this has been Hardspace Shipbreaker. Bye.